Today, we're going to hear from 3 Republican election officials, including 2 who say they heard directly from former President Trump trying to convince them to overturn the 2020 election results so that he could stay in power. Scott MacFarlane is once again following all this closely for us on Capitol Hill. Scott, good morning.
Hey, Tony, good morning to you. The committee has already said it believes Donald Trump was part of a conspiracy to defraud the United States, and it says a component of that plan was this unprecedented coercion of local election officials to change the results and throw the presidency to Trump.
In the days and weeks before rioters stormed the Capitol, the committee says it was state officials who were feeling the pressure from then President Trump and his allies.
They were basically trying to get state legislators to not certify the winner of the election, but certify the loser, Donald Trump.
Today, the committee will call 3 Republican witnesses to try to make that case. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger had this call with Trump.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
Raffensperger's deputy, Gabriel Sterling, and Arizona State House Speaker Rusty Bowers, who says he was called by Trump and Rudy Giuliani in November 2020, urging him to change the state's electors, which he rejected. Also appearing is Wandrea Shea Moss, a Georgia election worker targeted by Donald Trump, who falsely claimed she carried out a fake ballot scheme. The committee says the pressure campaign on her and the local officials put them in danger.
He faced a lot of threats, and this was a tragic common denominator, that people that got in Donald Trump's way, people that stood up and confronted that big lie he was telling, had their lives turned upside down.
Death threats?
Death threats, absolutely. Armed protesters outside their homes.
As Trump continues to make baseless claims about the election, his former vice president, Mike Pence, remains a focal point. He only had this to say about January 6th at a speech in Chicago Monday.
You know, we've all been through a lot over the last several years. A global pandemic, social unrest, a divisive election, a tragic day in our nation's capital.
But the committee says it's still seeking an interview with Pence and hasn't ruled out a subpoena.
And the committee's investigation is widening. It very much wants to speak with Jenny Thomas, wife of Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, about her communication with local election officials, including in Arizona, where they say she was part of a pressure campaign to overturn the results. Tony?
Could be an interesting conversation. Scott, thank you very much.